I was afraid of machines. I was afraid of making this huge financial commitment that may or may not pan out. Then I bought my first machine and realized I could have saved myself 3 years of my life.
Building a great cabinetry company takes an open mind and a commitment to excellence.
And today we're here with Jay Londo, founder and owner of Londos Fine Cabinetry here in Tampa Bay, Florida. Jay's gonna share his story of starting out with a fully manual process with 0 machines to the facility you see behind us with state-of-the-art equipment and an amazing team to support him. Jay, thanks for taking some time to show us your facility.
Of course, thanks for coming by.
Looking back, reflecting from when you first started in 2008, what are you most proud of?
I'm actually really proud of these machines. The machines allowed us to create this environment. If we were all roughnecking it, there's no way that this thing that I wanted to happen would have ever happened. So I'm super proud of the people that I work with. I'm super proud of the environment that we've created. I'm super proud of our processes and that we're able to produce on a level that people enjoy working with us.
You had a vision from day one of the business that you wanted to build. How did that become clear as you progressed?
So the first 3 years were really hard because I thought I knew what I was doing with manufacturing. I had a table saw, I was hand banding all my parts, and I bought a small drill press from Grizzly. It went okay because I was able to produce the parts. I knew how to build cabinets, but it was extremely hard. So those first 3 years we struggled. We struggled big time because of the economy. We struggled big time because we were doing everything by hand. Not only that, but I was installing, I was building the cabinetry, and I was drawing everything and doing my own accounting, everything. So it was kind of a one-man show.
Wow.
From that point, we started thinking that we needed to have a plan. We needed to start growing. We needed to have a plan for growth. And what did we want this thing to look like? Because we didn't want it to look like what it looked like now, working long hours, working weekends, just struggling day to day. We ended up moving shops to a little bit better location. We needed customers to be able to come to the shop, builders and contractors. We wanted them to have a little bit easier access to us. That's when I actually met Eric. He had come into my shop. I still just had a table saw, was hand banding.
It was a small operation, it was simple tools, simple machines in order to process what he was doing. But you could see in his mind, you knew he was a craftsman. He had great design ideas. He had a big picture concept. That's fun to work with whenever you get to watch people grow and build their business and take it to the next level.
How did that relationship come about, and what makes that relationship special?
As a very unique individual, he's willing to listen, and that's the nice thing about Jay as a customer, and a lot of my common theme my other customers have is that they're open and they're willing to listen. So they're very methodical in what he does, but if you see this facility, you'll notice that there's a reason why he's successful.
So I started learning from Eric about edge banders. That was a whole nother world for me, but Eric explained to me, the levels and that Styles actually works on the machines. Styles machines you really don't have to work on. They get set and they pretty much run like tanks without any problems. Immediately said, hey, you need to talk to Contend Capital because those guys are actually very smooth and easy to work with. Called you guys, called a couple others. Your process was extremely smooth, which made me more comfortable because I was uncomfortable with the entire process of even borrowing money, to be honest with you. So that was our first machine. We were able to drill on the face and we were able to band rudimentary. But the band was very slow. It was a very small machine. It was literally this big. From that point, Eric started talking to me about larger banders and we ended up with the home egg.
That's a really interesting inflection point. So would you say that was almost an eye-opening moment once you invested in that first Maggie machine? It propelled your business growth after you took that step into automation machinery?
100%.
Okay.
It changed my mind entirely.
Interesting.
It changed my mind from being scared to even if you're scared, you need to learn because this is changing everything. Yeah. Our production immediately went up, immediately. And we're not talking a little bit, we're talking by 50 to 75% because we were of course, doing the drill press. I was able to spot my holes so the guys weren't looking for what slide goes where because I'm running a 32 mil system all the way up. The holes were just right there. So the automation and the benefit of having these machines, as soon as I got that Maggie, was evident that I needed to figure out how to get more machines. That's when the light came on. Yeah, absolutely. You buy machinery and you realize you're not working on Sunday anymore. And then you buy another piece and you realize you're able to get out at a decent time and you're getting the same stuff done and it's actually much more fun. Even around here, we work 4 9-hour days and a half day on Friday. It's a good balance, work-life balance. And on a personal note, growing this way got that back for me, and I want my guys to have that as well. You find that your production's gonna go way up if you're less tired and able to think clearly, and your team is less tired and able to think clearly.
Jay, thanks so much for talking to us. Can we take a look around the facility and see some of the equipment?
Absolutely, I'd love to show you.
Awesome, yeah, let's check it out.
So this is our nested base router. It's one of our biggest purchases, but it's also been one of the biggest benefits we've ever experienced, leaps and bounds once we got it. This machine can do what one guy can do in 3 days. This machine can do one guy in about 6 hours.
Wow.
So it's pretty amazing. So now here's our parts. One thing that's changed our life as well is stickering the parts. We never used to do that, thought it was a gimmick, and we actually print out the stickers right there that are related to the pattern. So the pattern comes up on the screen. He'll sticker the parts. They have the cabinet number, the size, the color, everything we need to know, so as it rolls through the rest of the shop, everyone knows what that part's for. But if you don't know this type of thing exists, you'll never be able to get one. So this was our second purchase, this edge bander. I had a really small baby one before that, and before that we were banding them by hand. We won't talk about how long that took. Okay. The product is just smooth. Like I said, this is the smoothest band that I've ever seen, and it's coming off their most basic bander, which is amazing.
So what are we looking at here? This is the latest and greatest, huh?
This is the recent purchase, which we are loving. This is the Drill Tech. It's a automatic drill and dowel insertion machine. Again, the base model, but we're loving it.
So this was towards the end of last year. I remember you called me, you said, hey Greg, you know, we're looking at another machine. What spurred the purchase?
I was going to save money if I bought a machine. How many man hours am I putting into manually inserting dowels or cutting up sheet? And just take that and say, well, what can my payment be? Which was great to work with you at the end of the year, because I know trying to get that for my tax purposes right there at the end of the year. Right. And you were able to help me out extremely fast. Thank you, by the way. Because once it showed up, it changed our life. I'm paying less for this machine than I was paying guys every day to put dowels in.
As soon as you make that decision and you're a couple months into it after the installation, you look back and say, why didn't I do this earlier? And that's exactly what Jay was. And Jay's like, okay, now I see this, I understand it, now I want that next machine. Here's where we're gonna put it, here's what we're growing to, tell me all about it, what's the footprint gonna look like, help me get to the next level with this business. And that's the key with Jay, is being open-minded.
Jay is a great example of how investing in strong relationships and the best machinery can create life-changing results for your business.
For more insights on making the best investments in your woodworking business, check out the next video.